Om Shanti, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the next normal. The next normal. The next normal. What is the next normal? When we had the pandemic, I was thinking, oh, great, the world's going to become heaven after this. Finally, a global pause where people don't have to be rushing here or there to get to this, to that. Remember those days? I mean, I was expecting that after this global pause, golden age would have opened up. But instead, because we were just stuck with ourselves, many of us were stuck with ourselves. Many millennials ended up going back home with their parents when they realized the pandemic wasn't holding up. They saved money. After the pandemic, they bought a new car, or they bought a home, or they went touring around the world. It was a very unique time. People wanted to perhaps do things they've always wanted to do. But there's also those who were stuck in a relationship that might have been abusive, and that wasn't comfortable at all. There were some people who lived alone, maybe some with a pet, and all they had was a television, Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, but just their own thoughts, their own selves. There was nobody to argue with, nobody to blame, nobody to criticize or judge in front of them. But they had the television. They had Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC. They had all of those options. And if you end up, can you imagine, just visualize this. You're living alone maybe with a pet, or maybe you're living with someone in which you both don't even speak to each other anymore in the home. So they're basically, you're doing your own thing. Your entertainment is what you have on your phone. So what do you scroll through? What grabs your attention? What do you keep swiping up? Then click, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. The same reoccurring information is being really fed into you without you even knowing. You've stopped using your own thoughts. Somebody calls you out of the blue after a while. Oh, hi, Sister Jenna, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, how are you doing? Oh God, the world is coming apart. Did you saw what happened on Fox News? And has nothing to do with the person. It had to do with what they've been feeding their consciousness with. It was an amazing time, this pandemic. And now we've passed it. And we're still in a place in our heads where the web of waste and negative thoughts have consumed us. How many of you wake up in the morning with a positive thought about yourself? Good morning, there's another day. I'm alive, I can give my life another shot at it to be a better version than I was yesterday. What did you do? Did you wake up, go to the phone, look at social media, continue with what's happening in the world? If the world's coming to an end, you will come to know about it even without the news. Somebody's going to call and tell you. But how do you protect yourself from yourself? That's what today's discussion's about. How do you protect yourself from yourself? As I evolve and learn and mature in my own spiritual journey, I want to share with you a story. I was in California. I was walking on the beach with a young lady. And she was telling me about what she went through with her company. And they had a relationship, and they're not supposed to date each other in the company. But they made a connection. They ended up getting married. They spoke to the CEO, who was extremely not understanding. And while we were walking on the beach, she kept telling me about the CEO's ignorance and how he bought the board members and how the board members had no compassion and they were so honest and open about their relationship and why were they treated this way and they didn't accept us. I kept walking, listening, tuning in, and I said, but have you accepted your decision? And that was the aha moment for her. She herself had not accepted her decision. Because she didn't accept her decision, She had to leave the job. She had to leave the state. She relocated to go and live with him because she had not accepted her decision. She thought it was easier for her to blame the CEO and the board members in not accepting their decision. Instead, she wasted all that time and energy in having those waste and negative thoughts on the CEO and the board because of a decision she made, which she herself hasn't accepted. How do we protect ourselves from our own negativities, I tell you? When at times we're so distracted from the happenings of our own world within. My mind is my greatest space of living. It's in that space I decorate what I want to decorate it with. I put in there what I want to reveal to myself and to the world. It has to do with your thinking. In the teachings of Raj Yoga meditation, the first lesson is on thoughts. The moment you pull away the thought from the body and you begin to focus your thoughts on the soul and the qualities of the soul, they're two different experiences. Attachment serves physical ideas. Can you remember that? Attachment identifies and supports physical ideas, limited belief systems. So I want to look at this formula here. How do I protect myself from negative thoughts? I have to recognize that I have a choice. How do I handle not only me, my world within, but how do I handle me when I'm in the company of other worlds? People who are different than me, people who have seen other things, who have experienced other things, who might not ever be able to see my world clearly. And I don't need to have a conflict with them. We're different worlds. But the problem is, even when I encounter different worlds, I start to go with a whole series of waste and negative thinking about them. They're like this. These people are such and such. We stereotype races, cultures, religions, people. People are constantly thinking thoughts over and over and over again. They're thinking. But when you're in a pure mindset, which is, I know that behind my eyes, I am a living soul on a journey. I'm traveling. What's my next stop? What's next? What's my next role? I'm a soul in this costume of my body. I'm playing out a part. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning and she was sharing so cutely, I'm a doctor, I'm a physician, and I have this. I said, oh, I didn't know you were a doctor. I thought you were playing the role of a physician. Oh, I'm so sorry, this is new to me. And she says, you got me. This attachment to labels, and physical interpretations of ourselves makes us think so much, because what we're looking for is freedom. Freedom from ourselves. There's a saying, truth sets you free. And if we're not truthful about who we really are, we'll never feel like we're free. What have I learned over these years of Raj Yoga? Priceless, but in essence, have a positive self-talk with yourself. Talk to yourself as if you're talking to a best friend. Your best friend comes to you with a problem. What do you tell them? How do you talk to them? Do you yell at them? Do you criticize them? Do you judge them? Generally not. When you go to a therapist, are they telling you how negative and how bad you are? Generally not. If you go to a psychiatrist, do they hit on you and tell you how negative and crazy you are? I don't think so. What do you need to begin a relationship with yourself where you can see the good in you? What do you need? What do you think you need to do to start speaking well about yourself? You need to look in that mirror every morning until you can like what you see. You wake up in the morning, you observe what those first thoughts are. You check if it's connected to your true sense of self or if it's an illusion. Go to the bathroom. You look in the mirror and you look behind your eyes. Do you like who's living in there? And if you can't like that person, you're having negative thoughts about yourself. You don't love yourself. You're not believing in yourself. And how are you going to protect yourself? How? Every day you wake up not liking yourself, it's an abomination. It is like you're hurting. It's like you're killing yourself every single day, over and over and over again. Have you ever observed somebody hitting a dead body? Waste of energy, isn't it? Personally, I've not seen it physically. But you look at media, you keep compounding some waste or negative thoughts about yourself. I'm this, I'm not good, or they're like this. And every time you deflect from your self-reflection to empower yourself and you begin to criticize another human being, it is still negative thoughts about yourself. It might be a mirror. The other person might be trying to offer you a mirror. But because you're so wrapped up in them, you're not realizing it's also you. So if it's raining, we usually protect ourselves with an umbrella if we're outside, or a raincoat. So one of the tools in Raj Yoga that helps me to protect myself from waste and negative thoughts is to practice. I'm a pure, powerful, peaceful soul. God is the Supreme Soul, the ocean of peace. He's covering me. He's protecting me. His vibrations are cleaning me out. Again, what is your umbrella to protect you from negative and waste thoughts that are trying to come in through media, through your iPhone, through a phone call, through somebody you're living with, through your environment, through your city, your country, your race, your religion? It comes in any door. Practice feeling this energy behind your eyes, the soul. Practice. There's a living, immortal, eternal, infinite energy behind my eyes. I'm an immortal, eternal, infinite energy. My real nature is I'm very pure and very peaceful. I'm one powerful entity. There's nothing on the outside that can crush me unless I let it. You have to practice this every day. When you look into that mirror first thing in the morning, who are you? Do you like what you see? Do you like this person? Do you like him? Do you like her? I'm an immortal, eternal, infinite being of light, energy. I'm powerful, I'm pure, I'm peaceful. God, my protector, is the ocean of love and peace. And it's as if your energy starts to expand and it becomes a cloak of protection around you, that even if people come with negative thoughts, it bounces off of you. Because you're in this web, this beautiful orb, rather, of powerful thoughts that are being influenced by the current of God's light. Nothing can shake your thinking. God's light, Baba's light, Allah, Jehovah, Krishna, Bhagwan, Jesus, Lord, Master, God, Khuda, Bhagwan. Same energy, just different languaging. Consider yourself a powerful, pure, infinite, immortal, imperishable being of light, and God's love and power and peace is over you. Nothing can destroy you. Nothing outside of you is more powerful than your ability to protect yourself from your own waste and negative thinking. Let's have a little meditation. Take a deep breath in. There is a positive resistance that persists throughout our humanity's story. It's the resistance that will not allow the dark to take over the light completely. It is the resistance fueled with passion, goodness, truth, and benevolence. It is for the benefit of all and never just some. So in this moment of quiet reflection, when I think I resist, what do I mean? What do I wish to not nurture? And what do I wish to encourage to make humanity's story one of victory? To think I resist will never be enough. But I know I must change my own darkness that is within me. When I can transform my own dark into light, my negative state to a positive state, fear into love, this is positive resistance. As I weed out the garden of my mind, uprooting what is no longer a healthy thought, what intention or experiences of the past that no longer serve me or others. I can feel a positive resistance moving me upwards and forward in this deep silent space of wisdom. I have the power to keep maintaining positive thoughts for the self, for everyone around me. It is in this gentle persistence that I am at peace inside. I'm able to observe the qualities needed to move out all traces of darkness into light, because I'm committed, convicted, and dedicated to a positive resistance inside, ushering through unstoppable positive changes in myself and in our world. Let me take this time to sit in the stillness and be silent. Om Shanti. So who are you? Immortal, eternal, imperishable, pure, peaceful, powerful, God, the supreme power, the ocean of love, peace, purity, truth is over you. You're protected. Things are going to happen, situations are going to occur, souls are going to play their part of being the antagonist. But who are you in the midst of it? And do you walk away from certain situations and circumstances being all negative? Let's see what awakened intelligence speaks about people really struggling with their innocence. Santosh, could you put on the AI? How to protect yourself from negative thoughts. Recognize negative thought patterns, identify triggers, understand what situations, people, or emotions trigger your negative thoughts. Notice your patterns. Be aware of recurrent negative thought pattern, such as catastrophizing or black and white thinking. Challenge your negative thoughts. Question their validity. Ask yourself if the thoughts are truly accurate. Use questions like, what evidence do I have for this thought, if it's true or not? Or is there another way to look at the situation? Reframe your thoughts. Replace overlying negative thoughts with more balanced, realistic ones. For example, instead of thinking I always fall or fail, try sometimes I succeed and sometimes I'm learning. So practice mindfulness, meditation, which is what the Next Normal is about. It's an active meditation program. Stay present, focus on the current moment rather than dwelling on the past mistakes. Mindfulness, regular mindfulness practice can help you observe instead of absorb negativity. Develop a positive routine, positive affirmations, visualizations. Limit your exposure to negativity, social media, news consumption. Foster positive relationships, supportive networks. Limit negative influence. Take care of your physical health. Exercise regularly, healthy diet, adequate sleep is important. Journaling is very important. Express yourself, writing it in paper. Be very grateful. Now we have a picture of Sister Gita up, and I look into her eyes this morning, and all I keep saying is, thank you so much. Thank you. It's just my gratitude is overwhelming. If it's too much for you, seek professional help. Find out where you can get some therapy or counseling. Engage in creative activities, art, dancing, music, acting. These things are very, very helpful. So continuously practicing these good steps will help you to change those negative thoughts and will put you more in a positive mindset. You'll protect yourself actually from all of those negativity. All right, so today's Avyakt signal. And the Avyakt signal is basically very elevated thoughts from above that's helping to guide us for the day. Experience the stage of the soul of what your final form would be, your ultimate destination. And you will constantly keep dancing in happiness, and you will continue to sing God's praise. Continue to dance in such happiness that seeing you, the minds of others also start to dance in happiness. That was our Sister Gita. When seeing someone dance physically, others also have the enthusiasm to want to dance. In the same way, constantly keep your mind healthy and keep dancing and singing. Acha, that's a good means for the day and a good way to protect yourself from falling into negative mindsets. It is in our hands to think what we want to think, to speak what we want to speak, to feel what we want to feel, to do what we want to do. So why don't we choose the best if I'm in control of that? Thank you so much for joining us on the Next Normal. Remember, if you want to break your attachments, practice loving everybody the same, and you'll experience so much freedom in your relationships. Whether some are working or not, you will personally feel protected and safe. See you again soon. Take care of yourself and take care of each other.